Hey everybody, Heather here. I have an interesting story to tell you. It's one of my biggest mistakes driving for Uber that I made. Well, my second. I think my biggest mistake is when I picked up the wrong passenger, which I have a video you should watch about that. That was a doozy. Anyway, so it's about 8:30 at night and I'm heading to the store for myself. So I went to the store and I got done and I decided, I'm going to go online. I'm going to turn my app on and maybe pick up a ride, get some extra bucks on my way home. So I did, and I got pinged. I got requested, and I picked up this guy, and I dropped him off, and then I was going to head home, and I left my app on. So while I was driving home, I got another request, and I was like, oh, wow, okay, this will be good. A little more money. And I accepted it, and then probably about 30 seconds or less, the customer canceled. And when I accepted it, I saw that I was 11 minutes out. So they probably wanted somebody that was a lot closer than me. So I was like, okay, it didn't really bother me too much because I was heading home. So just very shortly after that, I'm requested again, and it's the same person. And at this point, I'm probably like 10 minutes out, 9 minutes out. So I go ahead and request it, and I head over there. Now, needless to say, I was not prepared to go Ubering. I went to the store. I did not have my cell phone charger. I did not have any water, because I always have water. I had a quarter tank of gas. I was hungry. And at this point, I had to go pee. So keep all that in mind. So I'm like, okay, so I'll just do this last pick up and drop off, and then I'll go home. So I get to the destination, and it's kind of creepy. It was a real small shopping center. Really, one of those really small ones that had just a few little stores in it. And it was all black, dark, like no one was there. Then I noticed as I was pulling in, like a shadow of a person coming out from a door, and they flashed their cell phone, the light, so I could see. So I pulled up to them, and as I pulled up, there's a lady standing there with a suitcase. And when I saw the suitcase, I was like, oh, no, 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 no. In my mind, I was like, no. Suitcase usually means airport. And I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. She walks to the back of the car. I get out. I greet her. She just smiles. Open my trunk. She proceeds to go in and out twice to this building. Comes out with probably like 4 or 5 bags of stuff. And so we get in. I quickly start the trip because I actually should have started the trip beforehand, getting her stuff in the trunk, but I didn't. And I quickly started it, and it said San Jose. San Jose is where the airport is, but it wasn't SJC, so I was like, So I turned to her and I said, are we going to the airport? And she just said, no. And that was it. She didn't speak any English. So I couldn't expand saying, oh, well, I should probably get some gas, or, I'll stop the trip, get gas so we could restart, or whatever. I couldn't communicate her about anything. So I looked at my gas and I was like, oh, that was weird. I looked at my gas and I was like, okay, I can get her there to San Jose. San Jose is like 70 plus minutes away. And then I would worry about my gas situation after I drop her off. I'm like, okay, well, that's all right. And then I looked at my phone, the battery, and I'm like, oh, man, I only got a couple bars. I'm pretty sure I got this. I'm pretty sure I got this. Now, can I deal with having to go pee? Well, I gotta go pee, but not like a racehorse yet. So, water, I can handle, an hour 10, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And, I felt a little overwhelmed, kind of, because not being prepared I'm always prepared. And and it's nighttime, I left the computer on. I was actually paying some bills, and I left a bill on the keyboard with and ran to the store. And then all of this. Now I'm going to San Jose. And anyway, we head off. Go to San Jose. Probably about 6 minutes out, I missed the exit. I'm like, dang it. I couldn't communicate with her about it, and I kind of noticed that she was really into her cell phone game. She's playing some game. Noisy game. But luckily it took me 1 or 2 minutes out. It wasn't like a drastic mistake or anything like that. But anyway, I got her to her destination, got all of her stuff out, and all I wanted to do was go home. I was exhausted. I was tired as it was because I was out till 2:45 driving the night before. Planned on going to bed early, but no, because I went online and but anyway, so I got in, got ready to go, and I was like, needed water. Didn't have any water, but all my sides of my car have little tiny bottles of water for the passengers for when they want it. So I reached behind me and I grabbed one, and I just sipped on that because I had to go pee. And I didn't want to stop anywhere. I just wanted to go home. So I'm like, all right, I can do this. I know I can do this. Well, any result was I made it home. My battery, it went into the power saving mode and it changed colors. I had just a hair above E. I had to go pee like a racehorse, and I was ready to explode. Starving. It was crazy. I did it. I made the trip, for those of you who don't watch my videos, I've quit smoking, so puff on an e-cigarette really helps. I did it. I made it. Now, one thing that does bother me is, it was a $73 fare. I think it was. Really excellent. Good. I would love to do that during the day or earlier in the evening, or with a phone charger and gas and water and an empty bladder and a full stomach. But the bad part is I had to eat the drive all the way home. I had to make that hour plus trip home without having my app on, because I didn't want to take a chance on getting a request and then my phone dying. I could have solved all the other issues. I could have went to the gas station, put more gas, bought a bigger bottle of water, stopped at a gas station also to go pee, grabbed a bag of chips. But I didn't have my cell phone charger. I didn't think of it then, but now after I think about it, I could have probably bought a cell phone cord charger at the freaking gas station. Didn't even think of that. But, yeah, dang it, I should have did that. Because I drove all the way back, and I didn't get to go online to pick up any fares on the way back to help make up that trip back. So instead of, saying, yeah, I worked 2+ hours and made $77, well, no. Because if you want to break it down, it comes out to like $30-something per hour. So it really wasn't, yeah, I made 70-something, because I didn't really. Not when you include, the gas coming back. and my time coming back. But anyway, in reality, that's excellent. $30-something an hour. You can't, as an Uber driver, hey, you can't bitch about that, right? But it would have been hella nice to pick up a passenger and bring him back. That would have been $140, $150 for 2 hours. That'd be $75 an hour. That would have been better. But anyway, I will never sign on to my app. I will never open it up and go online if I am not prepared. I will have my gas, minimum 3/4 tank, full battery charge with my charger in the car, my 2 bottles of water, sometimes 3, just depends. Full stomach, empty bladder. That's the way it will be from now on. I will not do that again. It was a hard trip. It was stressful. Worrying that my battery was going to die. Worrying that I might leak and go pee if I had a sneeze. And not being able to communicate with a lady made it worse because I didn't want to do anything that would make her go, what do you know, I couldn't do nothing. I just had to get her to her destination. I couldn't make no stops. I couldn't cancel her trip or stop her trip and have her repeat. I couldn't do any of that because, we couldn't communicate with each other. So all I could do was get her where she needed to go. And thank God it worked out. I got her there. I got her there safe. And I made it home. So anyway, if you are new to driving, don't do that. Be prepared. Because you never know where you're going to go. It's easy to get really comfortable when you just do a lot of short trips in your town. But you never know. You do not know where you're going until that person is in your car and you slide the little start trip. You don't know. So, there's my story. There's my mistake number 2. Is it worse than picking up the wrong passenger? I don't think so. Oh my God, there's a beautiful little hummingbird. Little baby one, it looks like. Sorry, I love hummingbirds, and there's one right there by my window. So pretty. Anyway, picking up the wrong passenger probably is worse. That was worse because it puts me, the wrong passenger, and the right passenger in a very weird situation, very uncomfortable situation, and that was probably worse. So, watch my video on picking up the wrong passenger. So anyway, yeah, this will be my number 2 mistake. Not being prepared. All right, everybody. Until I get back online for a video for you, be safe and take care.